We have a mobile application for disseminating this air quality information that is on the Google Play Store and Apple Play Store. Meta, of course, is a social media platform which we leverage to educate people about air quality.
So the tech industry in particular, it has the advantage of having a whole ecosystem of people who've learned their trade in California, in Seattle, in Silicon Valley, or in Asia or other places.
We've gotten tremendous support from Google, either through their accelerator and through the Black Founders Funds. We realized that we wanted to target businesses.
Well, I know we won. We won the Emerging Cup World Championship 2023, and it was like really like amazing feeling for all of us. It was an unbelievable experience just to, you name our team to be announced and, being the top of the world.
Hello? We will be at AirQo, the whole course. My name is Okedi Deogracious. I'm an embedded systems engineer here at AirQo. I'm from a background of computer engineering. That's why right now I'm working as an embedded systems engineer. AirQo has a mission for clean air for all African cities, and it's a noble cause to make sure that we are able to breathe clean air, since air pollution is one of the prevailing health challenges right now. So AirQo exists to provide information about air pollution and air quality. AirQo has devices deployed across 9 to 10 African cities for a start, and it's an expanding initiative. So our successful story would be all African cities having access to air pollution data. The interest of big tech companies in Africa first landed as our first grant with Google and the extension that we have right now. But I would say we have mostly attracted other organizations in academia, in scientific research, in the medical field, and environmental protection. Also, we have a mobile application for disseminating this air quality information that is on the Google Play Store and Apple Play Store. Apple is also another provider of these big tech companies. Yes. Meta, of course, is a social media platform which we leverage to educate people about air quality. I personally think Africa has a fast-growing population. Actually, United Nations states that Africa is one of the fastest growing populations, with our population projected to double in maybe by 2050. Most of our population is the youth, who are very vibrant on using tech products. So it's important that big tech companies design their products in line with the African needs, because very soon the biggest consumers of their tech products are probably going to come from Africa, being a very young generation. We're applying AI in some of our tools at AirQo, like the forecasting model. For areas that we do not have air quality monitors installed, an AI tool can forecast the air quality of that particular region, basing on the proximity of our AirQo monitors or from historical data. That will mean we don't necessarily have to cover the entire landscape with air quality monitors to have accurate air quality information. We work hand in hand with the United Nations Environment Protection Program, UNEP, with NEMA, Uganda. Very recently, we also worked with the US Department of State in Machinde. So those are the kind of organizations we work with in our work. Tools that you need to provide your solution have probably already been developed, or they're already out there in the market, and they're being provided by big tech companies. So it's inevitable almost to not use one of the tools from big tech companies in your startup, even if you're not directly working with them or getting money from them or selling products to them. In one way or the other, you're probably going to use some of their tools, which for me I think is fine. A large number of deaths can be attributed to air pollution. Yes, and more so in low-income countries. This is where the impact is the highest. So I'm not worried about what might fail, but if we do not provide this air pollution data, it means a certain number of people will not know about the air quality they are breathing. I think it's important for other tech startups to think globally, because we now have a global market because of the internet. So your products can reach anywhere in the world, or someone across the globe might want your product. But for the AirQo case, we would like to focus on the African setting, because the statistics, what we stated earlier, all the low-income countries and the 7 million people dying daily are in the African setting. So we are tailoring our AirQo solution for the African setting. So it's like African solutions for African problems.
My name is Gerald Maithya. I've been in Microsoft for 18 months, and I've just taken up a new role leading the Africa Transformation Office from the 1st of July. So what inspires me about the work I do is the platform that the Africa Transformation Office is allowing Microsoft to drive digital transformation at scale across Africa by focusing on specific areas where we see technology intervention driving huge sustainable impact and growth. So one of those areas we're looking at is looking at startups, and the goal we have there is empowering 10,000 startups over the next 5 years. Over the last 1 year, we've enabled around 2,300 startups. 10% of those are actively working with Microsoft and working with our technology to scale up their solutions beyond their home markets and beyond Africa. We are looking at focus on B2B startups, startups that are born on the cloud. And you're looking at various industries. We're looking at fintech, health tech, ed tech, and also logistics. Just given the African continent in the way it is, getting the right solutions for logistics and opening up the borders, increasing trade and flow of goods and services becomes something of a big challenge, but a big opportunity for startups to actually look at. And the whole aim is to give them access to our technology, give them access to our clients as well. So what we call co-sell. So we go with them to see some of our large clients, some of our middle-sized clients, and we give them solutions and take them together to market. And then we also have access to skilling, where we get our very experienced engineers from the globe to actually give advice to some of these startups as they look at the architecture of expanding beyond their home markets. So when we look at the Africa Transformation Office, we see startups as a key area, as a key focus area to drive the next organizations that can create the right solutions for Africa's many challenges. With those startups see as opportunities, but also opportunities to create employment, and finally opportunities for Africa startups to bring the best solutions to the world. When you look at Africa, it's got the youngest population in the world. The median age of Africa is around 25 years of age, and that creates a lot of opportunities for Africans themselves, but also for tech companies like Microsoft that really want to transform their continent, because you're talking about most of the population is actually mobile first. They experience internet first on their mobiles, and that has driven some of the solutions we're looking at as a transformation office on how do we scale and get the digital solutions on mobile for the various focus areas, be it for our startups, our SMEs, or indeed some of the solutions we present to the multinationals that are operating in Africa. Second big thing is looking at skilling. So with such a young population, and the demand that the continent is looking for. How do we access the African youth, mostly the right skills, training, certifications, so they can get the roles and get the jobs within Africa, or jobs that actually can serve clients even beyond Africa. What Microsoft has done is launched a platform called the Founders Hub that is the gateway for all startups to engage with Microsoft technology. This is a global platform, and it's open to any startup, whether it's from Johannesburg, from Nairobi, from Lagos, or indeed from Kuala Lumpur. Any startup that wants to interact with Microsoft, that's a platform where we've been able to democratize the technology that startups can access. So it's something that we're really proud of. In the last 1 year, we've been able to engage more than 2,000 startups in Africa through the Africa Transformation Office, through the Founders Hub. And it allows startups to actually get the right tools, the right technology, the right support, and the right coaching to innovate, to continue building on their value proposition, and also to grow their value proposition. And what I like about the Founders Hub is it's one experience where, whether you're an African startup or a startup out of Silicon Valley, you're experiencing the best of Microsoft in a similar manner. And I think it's a very powerful platform that we've been able to see lots of benefits in the last 1 year. So if I was to look 10 years, in the next 10 years, which is around the same age, when I look at my sons will be joining the global workforce. What I see for Africa then is a well-connected, digitized continent, a prospering Africa, driven by tech solutions ranging from agricultural, fintech, health, education. I see a happy Africa over those 10 years. I see a more skilled Africa where Africans are actually creating solutions for the world over those 10 years. And I see a prosperous Africa, a more joined up Africa. I see a borderless Africa in those 10 years. And I see a more peaceful Africa in those 10 years. Well, that's my vision. And hopefully the work we're putting in place as the Africa Transformation Office builds the right foundations to see that future.
So the tech industry in particular, I think, has the advantage of having a whole ecosystem of people who've learned their trade in California, in Seattle, in Silicon Valley, or in Asia or other places, and are able to look at Nairobi and say, yes, there. So Nairobi and Lagos are the two places in Africa where all these funds, all these investors are coming. So tech is not the atypical startup venture, purely because the funding from the basic to real expansion is that ecosystem exists globally.
The Microsoft for Startups Founders Hub is basically our global platform. So everyone is welcome to join, regardless of background, where they are, and regardless of funding stages as well. We think this fits in really well with the African continent and the huge number of entrepreneurs, and we really welcome everyone from all backgrounds and races, if they have a great idea, to be able to join the platform to gain access to leading AI technology, other tools that can help them accelerate their innovation, and also really the expert advice that they really desperately require and help when they're creating their business and their product.
In times of change, when the world seems uncertain and what we hear doesn't reflect what we see, we seek the truth. When we are told only part of the story, we lose trust. In moments of crisis, our dreams, hopes, and wishes for a better tomorrow depends on a free press. At Voice of America, we bring you the stories that people take risks to see. We connect the world and unite it with truth. At Voice of America, we show you the whole picture.
I giggle when I'm nervous.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cue.
Hi, my name is Jenny Mokoye and I'm the CEO and founder of Califya. I essentially like to describe Califya as a digital primary healthcare center where we are connecting individuals and businesses to licensed healthcare practitioners in their communities to provide on-demand primary care services from their mobile phones. In the year 2000, I moved to Nigeria with my family. It was during that time that we experienced firsthand the difficulties of accessing healthcare. And for us, it wasn't a function of could we afford it, it was more so where can we find the best hospitals, the best health practitioners, the best facilities to ensure that our family can get access to healthcare. Navigating a fragmented healthcare system in Nigeria is really, really tough. I have two siblings that have a chronic condition, and because of that, my parents essentially moved us back to the United States. I realized that the same problems that my family had back then in Nigeria either had stayed the same or had gotten worse. And so that was at that time that became very, very interested in the idea of how can we ensure that Africans, Nigerians can get access to primary health care and what will that experience look like? So I went back to school at Georgetown. I started to incubate Califya's idea and I got a ton of support from my professors. They encouraged me to participate in pitch competitions, which I won some of them. And that is where I started to think of Califya as a business. You go on our platform, either through our USSD platform, or through our web app, and you sign up, and based on your location, we pair you with the nearest health practitioner in your communities. We will send the nearest health practitioner to you to your home to provide that in-person primary care services. We have been financed by a couple of different methods. So as I mentioned, I pitched at Georgetown University, so we got pitch competition prize money that's non-dilutive funding, money that stays with us, so essentially it's kind of like a grant. We've also received grants from Novartis, from the World Bank, most recently from Google through the Black Founders Fund. Then we've also received venture capital funding. So most recently we announced our pre-seed round of $610,000. We got funding from the likes of Hustle Fund, Norskin, Voltron Capital, Hoke, Bold Angel Fund, Adam Capital, and then other angel investors that invested in Califya. We've gotten tremendous support from Google, either through their accelerator and through the Black Founders Fund. So we went through the accelerator for African startups earlier last year. It was about, I want to say like a 2-month, almost 3-month program. And it was very, very beneficial for us because it was through that program that we learned more about our storytelling. We learned more about like actually trying to go into the market. For me personally, I would say just, you know, living in Nigeria as a child and then living in Nigeria as an adult are two different things. And so just, it felt like I was doing like a restart of my life, right? So just trying to find friends, connect with other African founders who've been in the space longer than I am and can help me along on this journey, because it is such a very hard journey. It's a very lonely journey to go on. Even though you have a team, you still carry a lot of the burden by yourself. And so just having a network of founders who can be a support system as well, that's one of the things that the Black Founders Fund, the Google Black Founders Fund did for us. And I have a network of founders across Africa.
One of the things that is critical to our Black Founders Fund, it's not just the capital. Of course, capital is great, and it's of utmost importance that founders get capital. That's what you need to grow a startup. However, it's really important to us that we're not just a check. That's something that I'm really proud of, is the wraparound support that we give these founders. It's very much informed by the experience of the founders and what they tell us they need based on their stage or the current economic trends in the startup community. We do a lot of sales training, investment training. We even have mental health support. So at no cost, founders who are in our program can get access to Black and brown mental health providers and therapists to help them navigate the highs and lows of being a startup founder.
We see the opportunity in Africa. There's a significant number of entrepreneurs, and we definitely see the ability to be able to work closely with all the stakeholders there to enable a very healthy, thriving, and global digital economy. And I think that starts, with startups, but it also extends to students as well. And we actually have programs and competitions. Imagine Cup is one of them, where we actually highly encourage students to be able to use technology to be able to solve some of these pressing problems. And it's really exciting to see that. Tawi, yeah. Actually, Tawi, as part of their prize, also gets access to Microsoft for Startup Founders Hub. So we're definitely encouraging rising entrepreneurs to be able to join us. And it's great to be able to see that after they've won the competition, we can continue that journey and hopefully take their solution to market.
My name is Mula Numan Said. I'm a second year student at USIU Africa.
And my name is Zakaria Hussein, and I am second year student doing my Bachelor in Data Science and Analytics.
And I'm John Onsongo Mabea, student at USIU Africa, majoring in APT.
I'm a huge fanatic of robotics, and I bake in my free time, I read, and I do coding in my free time, yeah.
Personally for me, I really enjoy seeing the wildlife. I've worked with a couple of conservation organizations trying to help them conserve wildlife here in Mara and Leo.
Other than IT stuff, I'm passionate about music. I'm part of an orchestra, and also I like studying a system, finding its vulnerabilities.
So originally I knew each one of them as individuals, but they didn't know each other. So I introduced them at a hackathon. We had a hackathon in school, and I had to introduce them to each other because the talent each one of them had was unique, and we were all compatible with the project that we wanted to do.
And we all were excited, and we had that common goal of solving real-world problems.
I was in a database class together with Mona. Now then she approached me, hinted on Imagine Cup. That's when I kind of heard about it. It's a good platform to kind of build on your idea, on your unique idea.
We've seen the statistics. We were looking through the types of diseases that were out there and conditions, especially that impact children. And we saw so many children that have auditory processing disorder don't have enough there's no research in that place, there's no help in that place, and we thought of what a better idea than to actually look at something in this perspective and help these children so that we can nurture them and bring out the full potential in them.
When I speak to you, you'll process what I say clearly, my words clearly as they are, and you understand them. But now for children with this disorder, when they hear everything at once, now differentiating between background noise and what they're actually hearing, it kind of overlaps and now processing kind of differentiating the two noises is kind of difficult for them. Now that's where our solution steps in to assist in cleaning this mess of noise.
APD, Auditory Processing Disorder, is not really recognized here, just in Africa, because of this expensive hearing aids, and you would assume that, oh, maybe the kid is not really smart. It's just that they need the help. And our solution will provide that, making it accessible and affordable to a large amount of students who are having APD, Auditory Processing Disorder. Yeah. I think we won. No, I know we won. I'm sure 100%. We won the Emerging Cup World Championship 2023. And it was like really like amazing feeling for all of us. Because we put everything we can, we stayed committed, and we pushed our idea to the limit. Yeah, it was an unbelievable experience just to, you name our team to be announced, and being the top of the world. Unbelievable experience. I don't know what to say.
For me, it was a miracle. It was wow.
Winning the competition, they gave us access to Microsoft Founders Hub Level 2. That's where you would interact with founders, and they can help you out and mentor on how you can build your product. Yeah, and we also have credits, Azure credits, to continue building our product.
So far, it's helped us a lot, and we can't wait for what else it can do for us, because there's so many experts there. There's so many people who own companies who are willing to help us if we have any question about business, tech. So I think Microsoft Founders Hub is a really good platform for us to go ahead with our application.
We want to start up a company. Once you're official, I think we would let the world know the name. We haven't really settled for a great one. But yeah, there are different areas we want to tackle problems and help out our communities. Yeah,
but at the moment we are cleaning the current solution as it is, ready for production. But we are cleaning it as we creating the company.
For all of us, we had to work extra nights. We had to stay in school overnight, weeks in holidays. None of us went for holidays. We stayed, worked extra hard on the project. And we tried looking for help, and I'm sure we got help. And I think, yeah, being able to listen to each other and get to know people's opinions, so that sometimes it's the one that brings you up there.
Everybody's opinion and idea matters, and anyone can help you out. We've got help from different people, and we won because of them. And yeah, we're grateful for that.